Hold that for 1 second. That for 1 second. There's two things playing, and I darn know it. Yep. So let's kill that up. Okay, there we are. Right. That's one. Yeah. All right. So from the top, let's hit it.
Okay, now he was close. Tried to domesticate you, but you're an animal. Baby, it's in your nature. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers. That man is not your maker. And that's why I'm like a good girl. I know you want it. Baby, I'm
All right, fellas. This is Vic from 8,000 miles away coming at you for another show, another live stream tonight. And we got an interesting tonight. We got an interesting live stream tonight. We're going to talk about something that's been in the media for a while. I've shied away from it. But as I was doing my research, I saw and I thought I said, the Megan and Klay thing is just not about Klay and Megan because I could care less what they do, but it's an avatar. It's a symbolism of our culture, and basically the simp culture is what I'm talking about. So today we're going to do a review, and we're going to do a review of a really good podcaster out here, really good content creator, and I'm going to put him up already. I'm going to give him his props off the rip. His channel is called Black Light Podcast. I think his name's also on there, but you find Black Light Podcast, you should be able to find it. But shout out to him, fair use to him as we get as we in advance before we even get to that actual video I'm going to review. As he looked into the Klay, and he also featured on that podcast we're going to review tonight. The very popular YouTuber, y'all know him, Angry Man. He's on there as well, and they're gonna get into that Megan and Klay relationship. And then I'm going to use a lot of what they said to kind of get in my monologue to kind of bring this all together. In other words, we men are making decisions to go overseas because of the culture here in the United States. And the culture, the way in the United States, is based and centered around simps. And that's why a lot of these women act the way they do, because of the simp culture. And the other poisonous crap that we're going to touch on just a little bit in this relationship. So, all right, fellas, so buckle up. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing a wild video, like I said, that exposes exactly what's wrong with modern relationships in America. Simp culture, no accountability, and men investing where there's no return. Okay? Now, we're going to break down this Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion situation and dissect what simp culture really costs men. Trust me, I've done some simping ass shit in my life, and it was all a part of me learning to be the person I am today. Like some of us never do it, but some of us learn from the mistakes that we made. And then we're going to go overseas and we're going to talk about the ROI, the return of investment, comparing American dating versus Filipinos, Thai women, Brazilian women, and Colombian women. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what, or why rather, so many brothers are getting their passports and why it might be the smartest move a man could ever make. So we're going to get into this. So with that being said, so before we get into the video review tonight, I want to really touch on and add context as to why dating in America has gotten so totally out of control and why the return of investment is not good at all. And it's better overseas. And quite frankly, it's not actually about color. It's not the color or skin or black women or anything like that. It's actually the poisonous culture of American culture. The poisonous culture here in America. And actually the price to what it costs to date and the expectation and entitlement that women expect from guys because of social media and culture and what they see people like Megan doing. They idolize her. And this is what's that's a lot of the reasons why the women are asking for ridiculous things. So, without further ado, we're going to add some contents, and we're going to get into a little bit about Klay and Megan, and then I'm going to do my monologue. So, without further ado, let's roll the clip. Y'all can analyze these as we go, because it's real talk out here. Ain't nothing to play with how these women are acting these days. So let's roll.
Y'all, I feel so bad, right? Because this nigga liked me, and I told him to give me $700 right now. And he came back and gave me $400 and said, like, that's all he had got. So I'm like, well, where's the rest? He like, well, I'm going to give it to you Monday. I was like, okay, well, you're going to have to add on $200 more since it's going to be Monday. Because I need some shit right now. Like, I told him I needed my phone right now. I'm telling him, like, I had lost my phone type shit, but I had been got my phone back. And he like, okay, I do Monday. He showed me his bank account, y'all. Why I left that man $14 in his bank account? I feel so bad. I damn near want to go back and get him the fucking money back, because it's like, damn. See, this is why I could not do no hoeing. Y'all want to know why I couldn't do no hoeing? Because, man, y'all, he just told me he been thinking about me all day. And I just met this man. Like, I couldn't do no hoeing. I couldn't do no hoeing because niggas get, like, emotional attachments to you and shit like that. He ain't never had a bitch like me. This nigga work at the motherfucking gas station, bitch, and oh my God, I feel so bad. Should I feel bad or not? Or should I get this money? Because, like, I don't know.
See, that's shit I'm talking about. She left bro with $14 in his bank account, but he was stupid enough to do that. And these guys are doing shit like that, and they're learning their own lessons one by one. And this culture is putting up, and this culture is getting the women the balls to even ask for this kind of money. Roll the next clip. And it's not about black women, it's about the culture. Roll the clip.
And if you don't run his pockets, another woman will, and she'll thank you for keeping them full for her.
See, I'm saying it is what it is. Next clip.
How to get money without giving your body. False hope. Give them false hope. Don't give them your body, give them false hope. Okay? And make sure that you're way better looking than them so that they believe that false hope. You don't give your body, you give false hope. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make them invest in that false hope. All right.
Niggas is chasing the women and they faking and bullshit and giving you false hope. So you trying your ass off, you spending money because that's what you think you ought to do as a man. And she has no intention to give it. Again, no return of investment. None. And we're going to break this down. There's no return of investment, and women not want to give you shit for what you do, even deep into the relationship. You can go as far as to say, on a larger scale, Alicia Carey and Steph, $352 million man, she ready to bounce. She ready to go through a whole culture. Is she appreciative of what he did or not? Is she? I don't think she's showing it. Anyway, next clip.
And I'm going to be the one to say it. If he ain't tricking, he ain't spending, you can have him. Baby, I love me a trick.
That's what's up. That's what they expect from you. That's what they're expecting from you. From the beginning of the day to the end, that's what they're expecting from you. And guess what they're giving out? Next clip.
Sound worse than the
like who's trying to
chicken.
work? Like who's trying to do all that for the money? Just give me the money. You doing too much.
You got to earn it.
No, I'm not
in
earning
any
shit.
like in any aspect of life. In any aspect of life, you got to earn that.
Earning nothing. I'm sorry.
See, that's the
It's
problem.
not.
Women be thinking they just deserve shit for existence.
I
They do. He from Baltimore. How can he say?
We fighting an uphill battle with that one.
What?
We fighting an uphill battle.
One of my best dudes was from Baltimore. He spent it so good, and he was only like 20.
No return of investment. They don't want to give you shit, but take your money. They want your money. They want your resources or whatever you got, but they ain't giving you shit. That's the American dating of the day. That's what's up. That's what we got to deal with over here. That's what y'all got to deal with. The ones who consider to stay over here and date, but you don't have to do that. Next clip.
I like men that spend money on me and don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only going to spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, just send me the money and leave me alone.
You know, guys, I really love social media. I really love when these women get on the internet posting these videos because they always tell you who they really are. They always tell you about their nature. We got this chick saying she only wants a dude to spend money on her and leave her alone. She don't want him spending money on her when he's in her presence. She only wants him to spend the money on her when he's not around her. So just send her the money and don't bother her. And this proves what I always tell you about how nothing could satisfy a woman. And when you just give these women money, they don't appreciate it. Because if you listen to what she said, She said he's the type of dude that will take care of her and her friends. Will ask if she's okay, if she's hungry, and pay for everything. But she don't want that. She wants just him to send the money so she can hook up with the guy that she really want to be with. You see, when a woman don't like you, she expect you to send her money. She expect you to pay for things. She expect you to be a servant. This is why I tell you, money doesn't get you the woman you want. Money doesn't get you a woman to respect you. See, we go at a different angle with this. I'm about to turn up. It's Monday. Woo! It's Monday, December 1st, the last month of the year. Let's go, baby. Matter of fact, give me 20 push-ups right now. I need my 20. If you can't do it right now, when your next break, give me 20. If you're in the gym right now, stop and give me 20. I need my 20 push-ups now because we about to turn up. You see, a lot of people think that money gets them respect. Money gets them to get the woman that likes them. No. It gets women to use you. Like she said in that.
Yeah, a lot of his points you got to realize these women are out here doing that. They are getting money and not giving you shit back. That's all they're really saying. You're not getting a good return of your investment. That's what this whole thing is about. Is guys being simping out and not getting a return of investment all across America every single day, unless you're in some kind of marriage where you just been married for 10, 15, 20 years and it's working for you. And still you probably overdoing shit. But that's just, I guess, happy life, happy wife, cooperate. And I do believe in some cooperation, but not don't give yourself away, even in marriages. Next clip. And it's because the guys, the thinking is, here's the thinking of guys right here. This is the modern man here as it relates to the modern women. It's a short clip, but you tell me, roll it. Tell me this ain't what guys out here doing in America. You don't have to do that shit overseas. You do, but you're gonna get more. I mean, we're gonna get into this. You're gonna get more of your investment. You're gonna get more from it. Roll that clip.
And I'm gonna be the one to say it.
Sorry, this one here.
Before I tell you this, I'll tell you this. If you like that girl and you love her, make sure you paying her bills, bro. Make sure you providing for her, bro. Shit easy nowadays, bro. All you gotta do is just pay some bills.
If she giving you some shit back, you paying bills. But in many cases, they ain't doing shit, and you paying bills, and they ain't doing shit. Now they ain't even live there. So that's how fucked up this world is. You see the woman in a couple of videos saying, just leave me alone. I know you're a good provider. I know you're a good man, but I don't give a shit. Just give me the money. The woman before that said the same damn thing. And this is not all women, but this is a large majority of women. That's the culture we live in. Next clip.
And remember, ladies, the whole plot is to be useless, self-centered, and selfish with your body. The game is to do less, give less, and require more.
You hear that shit? How can you win when you got women with that type of mentality? Even if they don't show it onto you when you walk up on them. Even when they smile at you with that pretty face. See, in America, it ain't that the women not beautiful. Beautiful women here. All over. Like they say, why you can't find a woman in America? Plenty of beautiful women here. But a lot of them's mind is just like that woman there. It's the mindset. It's the software, it's something called, not the hardware. Because the hardware is strong. Black women are beautiful. Women all over America are beautiful. Some of them a little overweight, but they are basically beautiful. Some of them got their shit going on. A lot of them do. But again, mindset. Fucked up. So you run into a situation and you get more value for dollar in other places than other races of people across the world. Next clip. Now, before I get to the next clip, I want to say that before I get to with this Megan and Klay thing, which is like I said, it's an avatar for in symbol of simp culture. and why men should go overseas. I'm going to play this clip where this woman gives us guys all the signs to get your passports and go overseas. I want to break this down, and then we're going to get into this Megan and Klay thing. So without further ado, I'm going to run this clip, and we're going to break this down. This is a woman that talks about, what men ought to be bringing to the table. I think she calls it. I call it the, what do I call it? I got the name for the shit. I call it the modern American woman advantage. That's what I call it. And I'll break it down for you after she gets through talking. Let's let her cook, and then we'll talk about it. Roll the clip.
I personally think that as a woman, I should be asking men what they bring to the table more often, because I don't think a lot of them have much to offer outside of some peen. Even if you ask an older man, like, what does a man do? They're like, oh, protect and provide. Well, a lot of us have like security cameras nowadays, and a lot of us can, keep a roof over our head and like food in our refrigerator. And then it's like men that can provide, like sometimes they're calling us gold diggers, when really some women just have like a bare minimum that it takes to experience them. Like they want, something above maybe what they can do for themselves, And I think also some men are even feeling intimidated that they're losing leverage in the dating market because more and more women are becoming self-sufficient. Like I'll be the first to say, as a woman, I don't like to work. I don't wake up dreaming of labor. I'm not excited about it, but I love having a roof over my head. I love having food in my refrigerator. I love that, like, me having those things is not dependent on whether a man loves me or finds me attractive. For a woman like me, yeah, you're going to have money, but you're going to have a lot more than that, and a lot of men don't have the more. They don't have the other. They don't have anything else. Like, a lot of women don't necessarily crave sex in the way that men do because it's like easily accessible to us, right? Like, even if you're like an unattractive woman, you still have a lot of options sex-wise because men have such low standards for these things. Like I literally could just go outside in my bonnet and scream like, hey, does anybody want to have sex with me? And a line would start forming. So I don't necessarily need a man for that because I have options. Even looking like James Brown, I still have options for that. But when it comes to the other stuff, I don't think a lot of men have, like, okay, we've taken the money away. We have 4 other fingers. A lot of men don't really have the looks thing going for them. I personally don't really date attractive men. That's not a preference of mine. It's just that there's not a lot of options there. And then look at how men are about height. They're more upset about, height than we are. They bring it up more than we do. So looks not really a thing for a lot of men. Personality, ask any woman who's been on a date recently. A lot of men do not have personality. It's better to talk to a child, a dog, a wall, like anything. Emotional intelligence, I personally don't think a lot of men have emotional intelligence. I don't be telling men my traumas. I don't be bringing up my issues to men. I don't tell men anything. And in fact, I've gotten in really bad arguments with men because they wanted to know more about me, and I didn't see the need. I didn't see the point. What could be our last one? Faith, compassion for others. A lot of men just don't have it. And I feel like if we really wanted to, we're the ones who could be asking, like, what are you bringing to the table? Because as a woman, there's so much more at risk for us in relationships. Like, if you're in your childbearing years, there are women dying every day from childbirth. STDs, domestic violence. I grew up with a criminal defense attorney. I've seen men kill their wives and their children. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. And I just don't feel like there's anything wrong with having like a bare minimum requirement. And I think that men are getting upset because they're realizing more and more is required of them as women have access to more things, access to capital, access to education. And then also, I feel like we're a lot better at being alone than men are. Like, it's just, this is such a long conversation. I don't even know. I think I'm going to just have to stop talking.
Let's get into this. First of all, Shorty is a very attractive, she's a very beautiful woman. I've had girlfriends that look like her before in my younger days. And back then it wasn't as hard as it is now. To pull something like that now will be very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because they say her standards are going to be super high, as she mentioned that. But let's break down what she said. She said that protect and provide. And the first point is she talked about protect and provide. She said that a lot of women got security cameras, but the security cameras ain't gonna protect your ass when somebody get in there, when you're out there in them streets, and then sometimes it's not even gonna protect you in your home. All that is something to say, hey, I got a security camera. That ain't gonna protect your ass. You still need a man at the end of the day to buckle up and be there for you. Number two, she talked about leverage of losing in America, leverage in America. And I'm going to say that because of the simp culture, yes, you women have leverage because you got a lot of these guys out here simping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And she said number three, she said she don't like to work, but she likes a roof and she likes food. And I'm going to say if you exemplified more of a feminine energy and actually work to cooperate rather than compete, you might end up getting your rent paid and food in your refrigerator. You heard? And yes, it is easier for you to go outside and look, even if you look like James Brown. Hardly you don't look like James Brown, but if you did, yeah, you can go out and get someone because you have options. You're in America. You got these options because ninjas out here are desperate and thirsty. And a lot of men are hitting up on and knocking out ones, twos, and threes in America. They have no choice. That's what they got. Ones, twos, and threes. Because options are scarce. And you women, y'all require more and more. It's like she said, every single day, you're putting your standards way up here, way above what they should be. And the laws in this country favor you. And you do have more access to capital and education. Being that as a ball, you answered your own question. Here's the deal, lady. You actually basically are saying it without saying it. It's better to date overseas because of women like you and options like that. Because it just is. So, with that being the case, I'm going to get into, hang on one second. Yeah. So I want to get into now this Megan and Klay thing briefly before I react to this video. Because we're about to react to this video from Black Podcast. But before I get into the podcast, there is a comment. I'd like to highlight the comments on this live stream before we get into it. And this is Josh. Thanks for coming in, Josh. I appreciate you hanging in today. It says, this just gets me sick to my stomach. Yeah, it does, because American culture is all messed up. Sorry to hear that, brother, but it is. Next comment. These women will sleep with anyone or anything, you say anything, but a good man, simply expecting him to clean up crews for their foolishness later in life. Later in life might be cold but true. And that's what happened. Like and you're right. I was just watching a little bit about Alicia Curry. I'm going to use her for example again, just to your point, Josh. You know, they said that she was a Christian girl with a strict family and she did all the right things and got married early and had kids. So in other words, they're saying that she didn't get a chance to do her whole culture. Now, $352 million later, she want to step out and do whole shit. She want to emasculate him online and showing signs of every day, all the time, wanting to be free. She's jealous of the fact that he's getting women and she's sitting at home. She feels like she missed out on something. What did she really miss out on? $352 million. You chose that life and you chose a better life than a lot of other women. So what did you really miss? I don't think nothing. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. These women, they own some other shit, real talk. So, like I said, I'm gonna get into this Klay Thompson. Where did I put that? This hang on one second. Where am I? Threw me off there, Josh. So we're gonna get into this Megan and Klay thing briefly before I react to the whole video. And because I want to idle up contents. Because again, Megan and Klay, nothing wrong with what they're doing. A lot of people criticize them. I'm not criticizing them. That's not the point here. The point is what Megan represents to these women out here. The image that they want to follow. They want to be the same 304 thought that she is. And she's had some questionable shit in her life. And nobody's holding her accountable to what she is, but she is who she is, and I don't think that's changed. So without further ado, let's roll some more clips before we get into this review. And I appreciate you guys for coming in. And shout out to you, Josh, as well. So let's get it. All right, so let's get it. Let's go back up, and we'll get right at it. We'll start here. Here's what this brother says about Klay. And we're not knocking Klay. The point is the simp culture. You keep that in mind. It's got nothing to do with Klay. You do your thing, Klay. You got your millionaire. Yes, I think you could have chose better, but you got to learn like everybody else. Roll the clip.
Yo, the internet has this weird obsession with focusing on promiscuous women, hoes, whatever everybody likes to call them, thoughts or whatever. But the real issue are simps, man. Simps are the reason why hoes feel empowered. This nigga Klay Thompson is literally a second, third ballot Hall of Famer. He was one of the key parts to revolutionizing the game of basketball with Steph Curry. He feels the need to get a boat and name it after Meg the Stallion, the SS Stallion, who's synonymous with Hot Girl Summer. What the fuck is going on, bro? Dudes devalue themselves and don't even know it, yo. Dudes devalue, like, this guy is a millionaire, like multi-millionaire. Respected amongst men, respected. Everybody respects him. He's thorough. But he still feels the need to, like, why are you naming a boat? Why are you buying her a boat and naming it after her? Why? You don't need to do anything. The only reason why I even bring it up is because it's just another example of, like, it's just another fake story that chicks will hang on to think that it's okay to be a woman like Meg Thee Stallion. It is what it is, man. But yeah, simps are the real issue. It's not the girls, it's the simps.
Boy, if he didn't bust, if he didn't hit it on the, he didn't hit it, he won 100%. It's not Melvin, it's not Stallion, it's not none of you women out there. It's the guys that's putting dollars out there to get with you. And yes, we take that overseas and do the same for them, but the return investment is totally different. And we're going to get into that. We totally going to get into that. So, Josh says, Meg may have a butt. Yes, she has a booty. It's smoking. A lot of men want to get at it. A lot of men just, they love it when she shake that ass. But she has no heart, only fueled by money, power, and fame. That's to say the least. Wait till we get through this video. That's to say the least, Josh. Just to say the least. She's a lot more than that, but we'll get with that. Thanks for the comment. All right, next. Now, again, I'll be adding content before we get to this video. Meg was in a situation with Tory Lanez. She was interviewed by Gayle King. And just like a woman do, she got on there and cried, lied, deflected, and tried to play victim. And then later she came back and confessed that she was lying. So is it true? You tell me. She lied. Roll a clip. Nope. Roll a clip.
Yes, I lied to Gayle King. I probably know that you're going to ask me about that. I was going to talk about the shooting. Why did you ask me about the story? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. Kept catching me out of my mind.
You have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
Oh, what a liar. What a liar. Gong it. Oh, hit it one more time. You did have a sexual relationship with him. You lied. And he ended up going all the way to jail and not 100% on a non-proven case. You're just not that ethical at all. There's some issues with you. Your accountability is all wrong, Megan. But you say you changed. You say you changed. Let's see if you drive a really nice guy like Klay under the mud like you did these other cats. Are you gonna drive? Are you gonna do this to Klay? You're fixing dinners. You're doing your thing. You're ready to be a wife because your music career is going to the tank. You're turning into an influencer now, in a basketball wives woman. So your music ain't what it used to be. What's up? You're trying to transcend. You're trying to get with that. So anyway, why did you lie on that boy? Why did you do it?
Okay. Meg is the type of.
I won't get it.
Hey, Megan, why you lying on that boy? Why you lying
Is it the truth or a lie?
Why did you lie on that boy? Go into the courtroom. She clearly lied to Gayle King and lied to the jury. Megan, you're just not an upstanding person all the time. And maybe you changed. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to reinvent yourself. But anyway, next clip. Now, this woman right here drops the science on Megan or any woman like Megan. So for you women out there, women out here that see you, us guys can't see you because we see that fat ass and we get caught up and we find out how deceitful you can be. All because we want that good ass like Klay doing. He whipped like hell. He doing shit way out of the norm, doing too much for the woman too early on. And I mean, he's no different really than Travis Hunter. At least Travis Hunter married a chick. Maybe that's your intention too. But I'm not knocking you. I'm saying to you, people are watching you because they got respect for you. And these women, they're pulling for Megan because Megan is just like them. They see themselves in them. And they say, if Megan can do it, I can do it. I can be like a whole culture all my life, and then I run into a man like Klay. So shout out to my girlfriend. Go girlfriend, you got that man. That's what they say. Roll the next clip.
Okay, you guys, I see that my posts from earlier tonight are starting to attract the attention of the cult of Megan, and her followers are in my comments on their bullshit, okay? I am not even going to address them because it's pointless. I am going to make this post for those of you who may wonder why they go so hard, okay? Megan Thee Stallion is the patron saint for women who lack accountability, okay? They make them feel justified in their bad behavior, and they see themselves in her. That is why they are such stark defenders of her. Often those are the women that think it's okay to sleep with their friends' boyfriends, as Megan has done many times. Those are the people who think it's okay to lie on other people to get out of trouble. Those are the people who think it's okay to just sleep around or start fights or just act a fool when they are drunk and to just blame it on the alcohol. Those types of women see themselves in her, and she makes them feel that their behavior is justified and that there is nothing wrong with doing those things to people. I'm not saying that everybody who likes her does that, but those who attack people in comment sections and go to war over her, those are usually the types of women that do that. I don't really see I just don't see women who don't condone that type of behavior. Even if they don't engage in it, they condone it. Those are the type of women who I see defending her. And I don't see any straight men defending her. The only straight men I see defending her are normally the ones that's on that Derek Jackson hustle, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, she is the patron saint of women who lack accountability and women who want excuses to commit bad behavior, participate in bad behavior. Y'all know what the hell I'm saying. So I'm ignoring them. And hell, half of them comments, I don't even know where they went to school, because y'all brag on how educated she is, but y'all need to get educated, because y'all be in my comments sounding illiterate as hell. Anyway, peace out.
Well, if that ain't hitting it like it is, I'm telling you, she's an avatar for the women out here. She's a symbol. She's like the queen. They're watching her. They want to be like her. And that's not the kind of person women need to be following. That's not the kind of person women need to be following. I would have said you probably should have been following Alicia Curry, but she's starting to show her ass. The women you should be following is like Denzel Washington's wife. That's who you should be following. Look her up, chicks. That's the type of women you ought to be. Alicia Rashad, that's another one. There are women out here that's been around that you can emulate, but don't emulate Megan. Megan is not the one that she's just because she shakes her ass, wop and all that shit. That shit's all fucked up. But before I get into the review of the video, I gotta be fair. So I'm gonna run a clip of a woman who says why men hate Megan. Now, if she's right, then you feel the way you do. But I want to run that clip before we get into this review. Without further ado, run the clip. Why men hate Megan.
Okay, Meg is the type of woman that a majority of men want, but she intimidates them. She intimidates them not in the way where they're scared that she's gonna beat them up. She intimidates them by her influence, because her influence is so fucking powerful that it will wake a lot of women up, and that's what men fear the most. Women waking up and stepping into their power and realizing that you ain't got to fall into the trap of what society wants you to fall into. They hate Meg because if more women become like Meg, the less we can control women. Meg is a woman that most men know that they can't control, and that's what makes these men uncomfortable.
I believe that if you will, she said, and I kind of tell again with it. Yeah, Meg is she has a huge influence on women. So they're watching her. They're watching her because on every step she do, and they love how she's winning. Klay Thompson back doing all the shit he's doing, and we're gonna get into this. This podcast is coming up now that I'm gonna review. So I'm gonna put put the banner up again. So fair use to the Blacklight Podcast. Y'all tune into his channel. The dude is explosive. He has topics that hits home. You should check him out. No question about it. On this particular video, yeah, I'm going to review it. And y'all tell me what you think. And yes, it is about Meg and Klay, as they are a symbol, or as he is a symbol of Simp culture. So without further ado, we're going to run this clip. But before we run the clip, I'm going to address some of the comments before we get into the clip. All of them are for Joshua. Joshua says, stuff like this makes me glad I'm single in California. Roger that. Joshua comes back and says, stuff like this makes me glad I've never slept around or drank. And then last but not least, Josh says that Derek Jackson is a fool. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. You are on point with all of that. So without further ado, I'm on screen share. And right here, let's see. Present. Go to share screen. And where are we here? Let's see. Yeah, there we are. All right, here we are. Hopefully y'all can see that on StreamYard. If that's too small, I'll make it larger. Again, shout out to Black Light Podcast. I'm going to start at the 441 point, and we're going to roll this clip. All right, so without further ado, let's get this on now. Let's see, hit the 441 mark. All right, play it.
That doesn't matter for the conversation. So, August, please, is Klay Thompson a sucker for renaming his boat SS Stallion when they are not even 6 months together? Go ahead, answer the question.
You're muted, August.
August, you're muted. You gotta unmute your mic, August.
Okay. So my thing is absolutely not. Because, okay, there's no, like, you can't give me a reason why. So why do I have to give you a reason to why not? You know what I'm saying?
What?
You can't give me a reason to why. So why do I have to give you a reason for why not?
No, you are actually right, August. So I actually have a question for you. What do you think about Meg Thee Stallion?
I think she's a disgusting human being.
We're going to put August on a little timeout, okay? Because obviously, just the timeout, August. I'll bring you up in a few seconds. It's just that you're doing a lot, okay? So let me.
Yeah, she's like, I disagree, but I don't want to say why I disagree. For some reason, I'm not surprised that that's her response. I think that that's the way a lot of women process these conversations nowadays. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Okay, go ahead, King Ali. King Ali, I think he already went. Melanie, regain control of the show, please. I apologize for intervening.
Oh, no, it's fine. Anne and Angry Man.
All right, now, before we go any further, check out how Angry Man breaks this thing down. Probably the most intellectual brother in all of our niche. Watch how he breaks this shit down like never before. So without further ado, let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling.
Who's going first?
Come on, and your Angry is the biggest simp of the year for naming his bow after the Stallion.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Honestly, I think so. I like this couple personally. I think Klay. I like how he has a little swag now because of Megan, and I do think that
he's got a little bit of swag because of Megan. You women are easy like a Sunday morning. Haven't even been together for 6 months. He's dressing slightly different. Nothing's really changed about him. He's still the same guy. He's still very monotone, light-skinned black man. What are you talking about? Nothing's changed about him. You guys like this couple because you guys actually love to see 304s win. Because even a lot of the women who think that they're good women like Aisha Curry, you guys secretly all want to just let loose. That's the truth. So you all sort of secretly champion the idea of a woman like Megan Thee Stallion succeeding with a successful, calm-natured man who isn't a criminal, even though that's actually toxic, and he should probably deal with a woman who has a little bit more class.
Time frame on it. They just bought a house together as well, and she bought him a Rolex, and like they're using their resources to actually build a bond. And I think this is just an expression of that bond. And I think it's an expression of where they're going in the future. I don't know. I think that's kind of cute. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. I swear to God, man, these Cinderella scenarios that y'all love for hoes is just funny as hell.
Yes.
What?
Like, first of all, she's a horrible human being. She's a hoe.
Angry man. Hold on, August.
Let's start with that. She's a horrible human being. Okay, number one. Number two, the fact that he named his boat after a woman he's only been dating for 6 months, that is ridiculous. Number one. Number two, him naming the boat the SS Stallion is just as ridiculous as her calling herself a stallion. Because number one, a stallion is a male horse. And number two, boats are traditionally named after women. How are you naming a boat a damn stallion, and a stallion isn't even a female horse?
Man,
it doesn't make any sense. Now, what's gonna happen is this relationship is gonna end badly. You feel me? He's definitely gonna get a return on investment for all of his simping. And to answer the question, he is not a sucker. He is the sucker. He is the biggest sucker that has ever existed. We are down to the soggy white stick.
I'm going to let the OG continue to cook, but I just want to add this. If Klay Thompson really had the confidence of a man who is at his success level, he would not need to do a gesture like this. He would not need to name his boat after a woman who he hasn't even been involved with for a year. This is what happens to a lot of guys who they've been only focused on one thing, so they justifiably don't have any game about what to look for, the pitfalls, what type of women to stay away from. Some guys halo all women, and they just think that any woman who makes them feel some type of way could possibly be a good woman if they just hang in there and just be a good guy. Maybe it'll work out. And a lot of times, men who ignore these type of conversations, these type of channels, dating and relationship conversations online, those men are actually the most vulnerable to women like Megan Thee Stallion.
That kind of success, and to be extra light skinned, to go out here and get a strag of that caliber is one of the highest sins that a man in his caliber could ever freaking, a man in his stature could ever freaking do. Period.
He is the chief sucker officer of the Simp forces.
I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. And here's why. First of all, a stallion in Texas is a woman who's tall and thick. I think she's like 5'9". So
can you define stallion, please? Can you define stallion?
Stallion is a woman who's a tall woman who's very
No, that's Amazon.
In Texas.
Hold on, we can't. Everybody can't talk at the same time. Hold on.
So she's from Texas. And so in Texas, that's what they call women who are tall and very, very thick and voluptuous. That's why she calls herself a stallion. Not because she's a man, but because she's from Texas.
Beyonce would never. Beyonce would never call herself.
Hold on. I'm out.
Okay, wait. She was disagreeing with me.
Did you land, Jen?
She was disagreeing with me. Can I respond?
No, I wasn't done.
She didn't land yet.
So one of the things that I heard, are you still here, Big Rick? The ruler was talking about people's pasts not being one of the things that should prevent them from experiencing love in the present if they've changed. And I think this is a good example of this. If Megan Thee Stallion has evolved and is able to attract a man of that caliber, that obviously means that she has done some self-growth. I've seen her journey. And I remember she used to be like in the Hollywood life. She used to be, you know, with a lot of people. She used to be drinking, smoking, et cetera, et cetera. And then she redeemed herself. I would hope that we could see if Klay Thompson is able to see some value in her, then that should be enough. She's not. They bought a house together. She's not out here like drinking and smoking like she used to. It seems like she has evolved because of him, and that's the bigger point I want to add. Like men.
It's been 6 months. She evolved because of him. How much evolution is he supposed to be able to make in her life in 6 months? And I say that knowing that he's a multimillionaire, but still, in 6 months, she's not naming companies after him, studios, albums. He's the one naming yachts and stuff after her. And it's a stupid name that he thought of anyway. It's just dumb. And he's doing it to try to make her like him more. These kind of gestures never land for guys over time. This is where the nice guys finish last stuff actually starts. It isn't just like nice guys inherently eat shit just because they're nice. It's the shit that they do too. It's the overcompensation. It's the things that they do that they try to put in place of masculinity that's organically attractive. That's it. Let's get back into it.
Of any caliber who can have any type of woman. If they choose someone like Megan Thee Stallion, that means there's something in her that's worthwhile. And I would argue has value to him.
Okay.
Go ahead, Angry Man.
Okay. So
I don't know why.
Hold on. The monologue, let's tighten up. Go ahead, Angry Man.
Okay. So number one, I don't care what ass ignorant niggas in Texas call a stallion. The Oxford definition that we have had since time immemorial is that a stallion is a male horse and a filly is a female horse. So if you're if Negroes in Texas were trying to say, oh, she's tall and she's thick like a horse, then she should be Megan the filly, not Megan the Stallion. I'm sorry, niggas got to stop trying to make their own definitions of words that are already established.
That is what we do. We will take some shit that the Oxford Dictionary or Webster's Dictionary is already definitive on, and black people, we would just make that shit what we want to make it. It's like a stallion is a male horse. No way to fucking spin it. This is why black people, we got to start reading.
Here's the other thing, right? What the hell does them buying a house together and spending money on each other have to do with Megan Thee Stallion's character development? Absolutely nothing. See, the irony of this, because she's doing the same thing that she did with every other dude she was with. This ain't her first relationship.
She hasn't done this.
This ain't her first relationship. This is the first relationship she's had with a man that had this much money. So that's the difference. But here's the thing, and this is what's so ironic about this. This is why I say y'all women be goofy up here.
Wow.
If this goes badly, which it probably will, and he ends up having to take some losses, this is what you women are gonna say if he complains about it, which I doubt he will. But if he was the type of guy to complain about it, you know what y'all gonna say? He should have chose better.
No, oh my God,
You're gonna say he should have chose better and he brought it on himself, because you're not gonna blame her. The same way you're making excuses for her character right now. How many men does she have to ruin in order to get her Sierra moment?
All she's gonna need to do is destroy this one, OG. Like after she gets done with Klay Thompson, and she's going to obliterate this man. I never have been so sure that this is a relationship that's gonna crash and burn. Because for one, they don't seem compatible on any level. When I imagine them two alone having conversations or vibing with one another, I don't get a good picture. I see her forcing herself to be interested in him, and him acting like he isn't uncomfortable with a lot of her street references. Because I think Klay Thompson is like a suburban kid who appreciates street culture. I mean, he's a black man. He's not intimidated by blackness, but he doesn't seem conditioned to the Texas, Southern, loose neck, ratchet culture of blackness that Megan Thee Stallion is accustomed to. But let's go ahead and get back into it.
Okay. So I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna end the stream right there because I think you get the gist of it. You got a guy that's pushing himself to be something he's not, all because he has the woman that has the body or the looks that she have, and in a lot of situations, relationships that like that don't work. So we want to break this down. We're gonna break this thing down. Let's break it all the way down. Let me talk about it. Let me cook a little bit about this shit. Not about Klay and Megan, but about the whole damn thing of simp nature and simp culture as it relates to Megan. Shit like that. So we're going to start here with Klay Thompson renaming his boat the SS Stallion, just like they said in the video. After 6 months, they said, of dating Megan Thee Stallion. 6 months. The panel asked the same question all of us are asking. Is this man a simp? Y'all tell me in the chat, is he a simp? Is this man over investing in a woman who hasn't earned the level of access, commitment, or symbolism? We've all done it before. We put more in a relationship. You hear it. If you put more in a relationship than you need to put in and the woman ain't earned it, you're doing too damn much. She's probably gonna leave your ass. And this is on a micro area. This is on a micro level, like big. But we do this on a small level all the time. So some dudes on the panel even said he's the biggest sucker. He's pure simping. And Klay has no confidence. I doubt that. He has confidence, at least on the basketball court. But I don't know what makes him want to go after a woman with that type of character. That's interesting to me. That's why it's so funny. And the women are pulling for him 100%. These women are like, come on, 304, win for us. Others are trying to defend it on that panel. She's evolved, they say. He sees value in her, they say. Maybe she's changed. But the real deal is men get punished for loyalty, women get rewarded for their past in this good United States. Only in the United States. The panelists went straight on Megan's reputation, the Tory Lane situations, past partnerships, and hot girl summer brand, and alleged lack of accountability. Like the woman said in the earlier video, nobody held back. And whether you agree or not, America has created a culture where a man's value is what he can provide today. And a woman's value is whatever she claimed she has evolved from. That's the imbalance. That's simp culture. So, where are we now? That's simp culture. Wait a minute. Hang on 1 second. I want to make sure I get, are you kidding me? No. Let me get that in here. I'm supposed to be better than that. Hold on. Where's that in there? I put that in there and that ain't in there. Hang on 1 second. Yeah. Are you kidding? StreamYard, we love you, baby. We'll take this one here. We'll take this one out here just for you, StreamYard. Hang on. We're going to get back at this in just a second. Hang on. You got to love StreamYard. Okay. All right, StreamYard. So, that's simp culture. Then came the funny part with your boy Angry Man, because you know that dude, man, he is off the chain. The funny part was the Stallion definition debate. One side said a stallion in Texas just means a thick, tall woman. Now, do y'all agree with that? That's what she said. A stallion is a thick, you know, women like to think that. A thick, tall woman. The other said, bro, it really just means a male horse. So, and the fact that we're even debating definitions shows you how delusional it gets protected in the American dating. American dating is protected by delusion. Words don't matter. Facts don't matter. Accountability doesn't matter. Only feelings matter. We're talking about American dating today. That's why simp culture thrives in America today. It's built on emotion, not logic. So, one of the panelists predicted it clear as day, this will end badly. That was Angry Man. And when it does, nobody will hold Megan accountable. They'll blame Klay for choosing wrong. That's what Angry Man said. Y'all agree with that? Probably so. That's simp culture in a nutshell. Men are responsible for everything. How she acts, how she responds, and how the relationship ends. Meanwhile, no accountability, no standards, no reflection. And that's why men today feel like the relationships in America offer no return of investment. Let's talk about this. Return of investment. Something you don't get here in America. Now, fellas, this is where the conversation gets real. Because once you start talking return of investment, American dating actually collapses. Let's break this down like grown men do. Because once you start talking return of investment, American dating collapses. American women are money hungry. They run your pockets, want everything while offering minimal femininity, conditioned by toxic social media culture. Masculinity energy is combative in communication, don't appreciate men unless they're millionaires, if that. Loud, rude, and proud to be very difficult, hard to handle. I put that one in there. Shame men for not giving enough. Shame men for wanting submission. Shame men for dating abroad. And shame men for flying them out and still want more and more and more and more. American dating is one of the biggest subscription plans with no cancellation button. But you pay monthly and the service don't even freaking work. That's what American dating is. Now let's talk about the ROI. We're talking ROI. So let's talk about the Philippines for a minute. Let's talk about what a Filipino woman brings to the table. Roll the clip.
Why should a foreigner marry a Filipino?
Because we love like the ocean, soft when you need calm, strong when you need someone to fight for you. We take care of family like it's a promise, not a chore.
Beautiful.
Okay. They're family oriented. They're loyal. When they love you. They're humble. Even when they don't love you, they're loyal to a certain extent because it becomes transactional. They're humble. They're caring, respectful to elders, proud to treat their man with well, grateful for what you provide. Yeah. You don't get that soft, feminine energy. They prioritize relationship over money. Yeah. And meeting her family, she's honored. Marriage is expected with these women. Kids, she's ready to go. And she sees you as the prize. That's what you get from the Filipino woman. A Filipino will look you dead in the eye and say, thank you for taking care of me. I will take care of you. Do you get that? Did you hear what them women say? They said, give me the money. I ain't giving you shit. And I don't want to earn it. That's where American women are today. They just happy. You happy. If you even look at them, I guess you got to pay to look at them. Now, the Thai women, they're calm, soft-spoken, peaceful, nurturing, dedicated to household, treat elders with extreme respect, and not obsessed with chasing careers or fame. They're actually loyal to their men who want to lead their family. So a Thai woman doesn't just love you, she brings peace in your life. The Brazilian women, yeah, I'm comparing today. The Brazilian woman, she's romantic, passionate, and feminine. Proud to look for their man. She loves his family origin. She loves her mothers and not ashamed to be a woman. That's another kind of ROI. Roll the clip. I hate to use red beard, but he's on point on what you get when you date these women. Roll the clip.
Yo, guys, look at this girl's body. It's insane. This is how dating looks like once you get outside the U.S. Meanwhile, back home, you guys are still fighting over 4s and 5s with bad attitudes, while women who look like this actually smile and act excited when they meet a guy. And the best part, I'm not even breaking the bank to date girls like this. I can take her to a steak dinner for the both of us, $20. So if you're tired of chasing women who don't respect you, maybe the problem isn't you, maybe it's just where you're playing the game, and maybe it's time to get your passports.
You don't have to get a 2 or 3 talking shit to you. You can get something like that. Now, I'm not condoning red beard. I don't really know the cat like that. He's doing his thing, but apparently he has decided that he can get more for his money overseas, and it seems to be true. Now, I got another video before I get into the Colombian woman who's extremely feminine, very affectionate, very loyal to, love being wives, and treat their men like kings. This is the Colombian woman. They cook, clean, and support you mentally, not entitled, not competitive, and not shame you to show appreciation. The Colombian women are a definition of my man, my world. But I will roll this clip because a lot of guys go to Colombia because they're fed up with America. Maybe they got into a situation, but this woman on this video, she comes clean. And I want to break this video down because a lot of people are going to say that why you go over there for that. But I'm going to tell you why I think men go over there for that and where that sometimes leads and sometimes where it don't lead. But at the same time, what's the difference between what this woman says and what actually happens? So roll the clip. Colombian women.
Girls, if your man has a planned trip to Colombia with his whorish guy friends, a boys trip, discard of that man when he comes back to the States. He's no longer your man, okay? You do not touch that man with a 9-foot pole because he's most likely carrying a venereal disease now. Do not touch him. Do not look at him. He is no longer yours, okay? Let's talk about this because one of the most requested story times since I announced that we were here in Colombia has been about the park and the ex-worker girls. And I'll be honest with y'all. Before I came here, I did not know the extent of that. I did not know what the hell that was. And then I walked in and I was like, whoa, this is a lot. And it's kind of disheartening and it makes you question humanity a little bit, especially men. So let's talk about it. To give you guys a little background for the girls that don't know, like me, I was innocent here. There's a park here, very close, like where the touristy stuff is. Right, like a couple streets down, there's a park where it's literally dedicated to ex-workers, okay? And the men that want to hire them because ex-working in Colombia is legal, not like in the United States. During the day, the park is cool. At night, though, it's a whole different story. It turns into literally a whorehouse, right? There's a whole bunch of clubs in the area, and it makes me so sad because the clubs in that area are actually really nice, but they are empty because the men don't go there to party. They go there to pick up the women. You're a man in that park after a certain time of night. The girls will start approaching you. That is why men love it here, because they don't have to do the approaching. The girls will approach them because they assume that if you're at that park, you're there for one reason and one reason only, because there's nothing really else there at that park unless you're like people watching. But what man is really going there to just people watch, right? Girls, this is really why they love it here. We all know that like Miami has the baddest girls with the BBLs, the face, they look gorgeous, the titties and everything, right? Gorgeous, 10s. Here in Colombia, they can get those Miami 10s for hella cheap. According to my sources, some girls go for $40. Okay, that's crazy. Imagine finding one of the girls in Miami and getting them for $40 to do whatever it is you want. That is why they love it here. And that is why I say it's disheartening, and it kind of makes you lose hope a little bit, especially in men, because to me, let me break this down. So since being here, I've seen a like different sides of this, right? There's a lot of men that come here because they either had a divorce, a breakup, a woman broke his heart, and he is heartbroken and he's trying to fill that void. And those men are just sad, and they eventually realize that what they find here is not going to fill that void, right? And then there's the men that are just genuinely sick. I had a conversation with my nail tech, and she has a lot of those girls that will go get their nails there, and she's like, some of them have come in crying because they're like, I don't want to sleep and do these things with these old dirty men that like they smell like they don't even shower. Some of these men are abusive. Like it gets really sick. Some of these men are into young girls, if you know what I'm talking about, like 12, 11. Yeah, you have another type of men who are just men that want it easy. They don't want to have to sit here and do all the work, and that requires to make a woman fall for you and then finally get to that point. They just want it easy. Here's some money, make it transactional, And again, they're getting a Miami 10 without having to pay the Miami prices. This is why I say do not let your man come here, because it's that easy and everything's pretty. It's very tempting, and sometimes men don't think with this. They think with down there, and they don't think of the consequences of what they're doing, or they don't even think there's real consequences of what they're doing. So if you don't trust your man, one, that's a conversation you need to have with yourself and with him. But even if you trust your man, like, this is just not, I feel like, a good place for a person who is in a relationship to come, especially with his guy friends who are single and are willing to do that kind of stuff, because again, it's very tempting. The girls will come up to him, and I tell you this from experience, because me walking with my man through that park, I literally saw the girls eyeing him and almost approaching him, and then I would look at them and they were like, oh, he's probably with her, and then they would just not do it. But even when he's gone there with his friends by himself, he has told me, like, girls have approached him and asked and like, hi, and then he's like, I have a girlfriend. They'll leave him alone, but do you trust your man to say, I have a girlfriend? And I've heard firsthand, while sitting down having brunch, other men talking to other men about the things that they're doing with women here, while in the same sentence talking about their wife and kids back in the States. I literally saw a man FaceTiming his wife and showing her like this little jewelry he was trying to buy her, while 2 minutes ago he was talking about what he was doing with the girls from the park. Yeah, it makes you question humanity, and men specifically, a little bit. To add more to how bad it is, I remember I went with my man and his friends there, and the girls thought I was one of the workers. They were asking me where to get beers. I was like, I don't know, I don't work here. She's like, oh, I thought you worked here. And a few other times I can tell that people thought I was one of the workers. That's how bad it is, okay? Girls don't belong in that park, because again, it's for men who are looking for that specific thing. So don't let your man come here. And if you come with your man, you better make sure that your self-esteem is up there, your confidence is up there, because this will make you question everything, not just about yourself, but about your relationship, about men, about everything, bro. I will say that is not the only part of Medellin, but I think what fucked it up for me is that was one of the, like, the first night we came here, that was the first thing I pretty much saw, and I was like, whoa. Oh, and for the men that follow me, 'cause I know there's a lot of y'all, please be careful when you do come here, 'cause I know a lot of y'all do come here for that. There is this thing called scopolamine or something like that, where people are blowing like a powder in your face or putting it in your drink, and it makes you kind of like in this zombie state where you will say yes to everything. If they want you to open up your freaking bank and transfer all your money to them, you will do that happily. Make sure if you're coming here, you're aware of that. Especially if 2 or 3 girls are coming up to you. I had a friend who actually put it very well. He said, When has that ever happened to you? Is that realistic for you? No? Okay, so then start questioning it. Why are 2 or 3 girls approaching you, all gooey, touching you, being or whatever with you? Why? They most likely have an ulterior motive, and they're probably going to try to drug you and take all you got. So be careful when you come here. But it's fun. There's a lot of cool stuff to do here. There's a lot of outdoor stuff to do here. It's not just about the park. But if your man is coming here on a boys trip, yes, he might do the outdoor shit, but most likely he's going to that park. And he's not your man anymore. Discard that man. Just kidding, but not kidding. Okay. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this, let me know. If you want to talk, if you want to share some stories, go there.
Okay. I would just kind of just briefly speak on that, just from just experience, just observation. Men actually, it's good to see the tide switch. It's wonderful to see how men can win rather than lose. And Colombia is a short flight. It's very inexpensive. You can go there. Now, for the men that are very, very street smart, for the guys that really watch what they do, and for the men who actually go over there, that stay over there long enough to vet the woman and pick the women that's not on that park, because there are many Colombian women, there are a couple of women that are not a part of the prostitution wing, as she said, which is free. Then you can pick them, just like you saw Red Beard got there. You can find a decent woman if you look, find that, show love, learn the language, and just be a part of the community. I think it's a lot easier in the Philippines, but you know, for you guys that want to go to Colombia, you can win there, and the women are absolutely gorgeous. You don't have to. Now, for the guys that go over there just for the sex, I ain't mad at them either, because these women are doing the same damn thing in America. Houston has the biggest AIDS and HIV. Houston, Atlanta, all those big cities, just as bad as they are in Colombia. So, if you go over there just for the good time, just be damn careful. So take that woman's advice. I ain't mad at her, but it ain't nothing wrong with you spending your money where you are, because it's your money. You're a man. You know what to do. Be careful. Don't let the 2 or 3 women walk up to you and blow no shit in your face. You should know that from the street. So I'm just saying, it's really no difference. I'm just saying, you know, again, it turns out it's the return of investment. You're getting more there than you're getting here. These women don't want to give you shit. You ain't gonna get laid with these women. They just want your fucking knowledge. At least you get broke the fuck off. You fold one of them motherfuckers up. And if they fall in love with you, my God, you got the best woman in the world. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me run red pill one more time. This is what he says when he finds these women. I hate to use red beard, but roll the clip.
So this gorgeous indigenous Pocahontas-looking creature you see in this video that's all over me like a sexy little kitten, I met her in Brazil, as the caption says. And the people will be like, there's some pay-for-play going on here, sugar relationship. How could a mid-average guy get a girl like that? What you guys don't realize, because you're getting rejected by 3s and 4s in the U.S., is that when you go overseas to a place where women weren't born and bred to hate men, it's actually quite easy for a normal guy to pick up a beautiful girl.
Shout out to Red Beard. If you hunt, if you vet, you'll find a good one. She might end up being your wife. And I guarantee you the return of investment is going to be a hell of a lot better. Now, here's the crazy part. American women love being flown out. So let's talk about it. American women love being flown out. Whole TikToks about it. Whole cultures around it. But when you fly to Colombia or the DR, the Dominican Republic, or Thailand or the Philippines, suddenly you're a predator. You're a passport bro loser. You can't get a woman at home. You're weak. You're weird, and you're running from a real woman. That's the shaming they give you. You're going where women are desperate. That's the bullshit you hear, even from family members. That's the crazy shit about it. You may be going over there and you may have found one you like. She may not be a 304. But if she is, you had a good damn time if you be careful with yourself. American women don't want you to date overseas. Now let's hear. This is it. Let me just say the shit what the shit is. Like that movie with not Lawrence Fishburne, with Cleveland Williams. This is the shit. I think it was a horror movie. American women don't want you to date overseas because overseas women compete and they know they can't. Not on the looks, not on the weight, and definitely not on the personality and the corporation. Even if they do look as good, they can't compete on the way the woman treats you. It's not that they take care of you, and it's not about just losing leverage, but you win over there. So look, here's the deal. The full equation. American women cost high demands, low femininity, low respect, low loyalty. Overseas women, the value is high femininity, high loyalty, high peace, and appreciation. Marriage rates are higher. Divorce rates are lower. Family stability is higher. Your happiness is higher as a man. The return of investment is off the roof. That's not a preference. That's freaking math. So, let me land the plane. Brothers, listen closely. Simp culture is killing men's dignity. American dating culture is killing men's hope. Modern women has turned relationships into a business transaction that's out of its roof as far as cost. Men investing in everything, money, time, loyalty, stability, and almost get nothing back. Nothing. But overseas, a Filipino, a Thai woman, a Brazilian woman, or a Colombian woman, they give you peace, partnership, purpose, family, and they give you love you can feel, not negotiate. So ask yourself, why stay in a market where the price is high and the product is defective? The whole world is offering you a better option for less. And the truth is simple. American dating is a liability. Overseas dating is an asset. And every smart man that I know invests where the return is highest. So fellas, do the right thing. Get your passports, and your happiness is 8,000 miles away. So I'll land the plane on that one, like I said. And I hope you get a message from this. And I appreciate you tuning in to 8,000 miles away today. And I'll see you on Sunday with something just as good, if not better. Holla at your boy. Peace.